Okay, today's training will be about converting DWF files to PDF files. When Telstra send out, when you do a dialable for your dig request for an area and it's a larger area than normal, Telstra will send you out their plans via a DWF file. So what that means, so let's open up an email. So this is let's open up another one. This is a recent email we've received from Dial Before You Dig. They've attached their duty of care, as they always do, and their accredited plant locators, as they always do. But instead of submitting the instead of attaching a plan as a PDF, they've attached it as a DWF. So let's open up this. So sitting on a desktop computer, as we are today, we can easily open up. Let's move this over to the right screen. We can easily open up a DWF file. It's a free program. Autodesk provide a free program that lets you use, view DWF files on your desktop computer. To move it around, you just hold the left mouse key, move it as normal, similar to Google Maps and everything else. To zoom in, use your mouse, zoom in, zoom out, and there are some other functionalities up the top here. So these plans are beautiful, really good, really easy to read and so forth, because you can zoom in, you can see everything you need to see, you can see all the details. The issue we have with DWF files, that plans that are on DWF, are that we cannot read these when we're on site using the iPad. Because we all have iPads out on site, we need to convert this to a PDF file. Okay, so let's go through it, and let's first off see what's actually in this file, what consists of a DWF file. So this is your Telstra plan. In here, it's got all your telephone cables. So it shows your optic fiber running that way. It shows a cable going into there. It shows another cable going in like that. It shows another cable there, another cable there. So it shows all the details about, and it also has all the details about what's in the pipes. So here we know it's an A100 pipe. Here we know different details about what's around with those cables and pipes. So these are brilliant plans. Heaps on there, heaps of detail on there. Now, when you get to areas like this, it gets a bit confusing. They've overlaid it on top of each other. So they haven't actually, when they've put this plan together, they've overlaid it incorrectly. Telstra have done it incorrectly. So what we need to do, or what we can do to view it better, is turn off the layers. There are several layers. So you've got your CAC, CC, DA, and your map. And your map is just the bottom layer, I guess you'd call it. Now, depending on where we are, where we're working, what it is, you won't always have all of these. Sometimes you'll just have CAC, other times you'll just have CC and DA. There'll be either CAC, CC and DA, or both CAC and CC and DA. What it stands for is DA is distribution area, or the small stuff. CC is cable and conduit, or the bigger stuff. And CAC is, what's CAC again? I think that's the country area. So it's cable and conduit. They can't be right. Anyway, CAC is basically for the country area. I should have looked that up first before I did this training session, shouldn't I? Okay, so let's go back to our area over here. So we've got a free pit, 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 and you've got right in underneath the pits. So I know from experience they've overlaid it incorrectly. So what we'll do is we'll turn off, see the little light bulbs? If you click on them, it turns off an area. Click again, it turns it on. Off, on. So let's turn that off. Let's turn this one off, and it turns off information. So still there, it's just hidden. So the idea of the light bulb is you can see it, now you can't, sort of thing. So you turn everything off. So even if you turn map off, then you lose that. So we always have map on, so we can always see what's on the where the plan is, so we can get an idea. So that's house numbers. So house number 111, 109, 107, 105. That's the street names. So let's zoom this out. Let's explain how this works. So you've got your street name in yellow, in green, sorry, and then the properties, and the properties are the ones in red, and they're the property numbers. So that's property number 39, that's property 67, that's property 2 of that street there, that's property 3 of that street there, that's a court. So don't get confused here, that's number 7 of that court, that's number 15 of that street there. See the line? That's the property line, that's the rear of the property. Okay, so that's how the map works. Now what we want to do is we want to turn on individual layers. So because this map is a bit complicated, there was a bit of stuff on there, we'll turn on individual layers like this. So we'll go over to the layers again. So you press, go over to the layer and press the left, click your left button on the mouse. Press your left button on the mouse, click the left button on the mouse. Either way, you know what I mean. Press DA first. Okay, so this is all the distribution, this is all the small stuff. So what we need to do now is get the whole map in the area, zoom in as much as you can without losing any of the detail. We don't want to lose detail. As soon as we lose detail, then we've lost detail, I guess. Then we not seeing everything we need to see. Depends on where the work is. If we know where the particular job is that we're working on, say we're working on just this court here, then we could zoom in closer. But most of the time you probably won't know where we are working. So the idea is that you just try to get as much detail in there as you can. Alright, so now we go over to print. We want to print it as a PDF. So there are several different PDF writers you can use. Today I'm using the Foxit Reader PDF printer. Again, there are several different printers you can use. I don't really care what you use as long as it works. So we want to print to that. We want color A4, that's all good. You want current view, and we go simply OK. This box will come up now and it'll ask you where do you want to save it and what do you want to call it. What we want to call it is, so that is the sequence number. I'm happy to leave it a sequence number. We want to keep it as the actual sequence number, but then we call it, this one here was the DA, so sequence number, whatever it says there, DA. And we want to, so for today I'm going to save it on the desktop, and then from the desktop I'm going to move that over into the folder. So I'll show you what I mean. So save it. So there it is. When you save it, it prints it for you and shows you what it looks like. Now the other thing we need to do is zoom in and make sure you can read all the details. Oops, let's grab the hand. So you can read number 4, read the number 51, read the 51 there. So if you find that you zoom in, see how you can only zoom in so far. If you find that you zoom in and you can't read any more details, and you still can't read the details or not clear, then we might have to do several maps. So you might have to, say for example, do one map and then do a second map for a second area. But this one here seems okay. I'll have to show you the what I mean in another training session. Okay, so next step we do is minimize that. We get this PDF plan that was just printed. We go to Dropbox, dial before you dig, and we find a folder. Where's the folder? There was a folder there. And we go to Telstra and we add it in there. Now, some of these have already been added in, but we're going to get it and put it in here. And because we've got the PDF open, you do need to close the PDF if you're going to move an object, a file. Let's try that one more time. And there we go. So now when we go on site, we can now open the DA of that plan. So we need to do the same for the other ones now. So let's go back to that plan we have open. So now we literally just turn off that layer and open the next layer. And we go same again. Now we make sure we've got everything on screen. Notice over here we're missing a little bit over here, but we've got room over here. So we'll simply move it over a little bit more, and there we go. So now we save it, sorry, not save it, we print it again. Again, depends what writer you use. Sometimes you're going to save it, you don't need to print it. Okay. and we're simply going to call it CC this time. So the same sequence number as it was, CC. Save. Close that, and we'll go one more. So turn that one off and turn that one on, and they're all the country cables. So we'll go again, print. Okay, and we're going to call this one CAC. Save that. Let's just zoom in again just to confirm we can read it. Looks good. Good. Let's close that. Let's close that one. Let's grab these two files that have just been saved. Let's open Dropbox again. Is Dropbox still open? No, Dropbox is not open. Dial before you dig. Check that code. Telstra. So we go down and we grab that one, and we put them into Telstra because it's Telstra. And that is it. Now Telstra, we can now read those Telstra plans out on site. Now, let's say, for example, actually, let's do it. No, yeah. I will keep going. I was going to do a two-part training, but we'll do it as a one-part training. Now, let's say, for example, we get a plan like this, which is a much larger area. We will need to print this in two sections. So, what your best bet to do. So again, let's go through the layers. So here, layers is only CC and DA. So it's a different job. So turn off the CC. You see the difference. Turn off the DA. You see the difference. So what we'll probably have to do, depending on what job we're doing here. This one here, I know, for example, I know this job that we were looking for the Telstra along this street, up along Forest Road, and then we wanted to know what happened out here. So this is why we needed the whole area. But what we can simply do for this is zoom in just the section we need. So we can print one screen here first, then we can move up, keep that in mind where we ended, print the other screen there, and then move up again and print again, or we can print again like that, or zoom out a bit more, or zoom in a bit more and print again. If you do several different prints for the same area with the same sequence number and the same DA and the same CC, then you'll just have to call them different numbers. So maybe call it 1 or 2. Actually, let's do it so you can see what I mean. So let's do this area first. So we're gonna go layer CC off. Let's go and print it. We're gonna print to PDF. There it is there. So we've stopped just down here. Okay, so press OK. Now we're going to call this DA Part 1. So you can either call it Part 1 or 1 of 2, or either way. Probably 1 of 2 would probably be the best way, because we know we're going to do 2 lot sections. Whatever, what happens is 3 lot. Yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, let's minimize that for now. Go again. CC. Print that. And we simply go CC. Part 1 of 2 sections. Save again. Minimize that. Okay, so this line here is at the bottom, so I'm going to move that right up there. Actually, we have to do it in three parts, aren't we? That's annoying. Now, over here, you'll notice there's not too much there, so we might be able to, yeah. Actually, no. Let's leave it as we got it. Sometimes we'll be able to have everything on, and we can just zoom in on site and see the difference. But for this example, let's leave them separate. So we're having DAs only. So print. And we're going to call it the same one again. So this is DA part 2 of, now we actually know it's going to be a free lot series, so I'll have to change those other names. But part 2 of 3, and let's do a hyphen in between there. Save. Minimize that. Layers. Go again. Print. So I don't think it's going to be too hard. It's pretty straightforward once you get the hang of it. Go again. DA. Actually, no, that was CC. Part 2 of 3. Save. Now, this is the bottom of the line, so we're going to move that up. And let's just zoom out a little bit so we get it all in there. There we go. We don't need this section down here because I know we're turning and going down into there. Where was that line? Up there, wasn't it? So we're going to have the DA print. And we're going to call it DA part 3 of 3. Save. Close that. Those all tabs. Layer, CC. Last one. Same again. And this is, of course, CC. Part 3 of 3. Save. So all we need to do now is change those original ones that we didn't do correctly. So let's close that. Let's close that. Let's grab that. I'm using 2 screens, that's why you're not seeing these, but I'll bring them over so you can see them. So we need to actually call this part 1 of 3. Part 3, that was good, and this was part 1 of 3. Alright, so now we'll grab all of these and we'll throw them into Dropbox. And of course we're going to put them in the Dropbox for Forest Road. So let's go Dropbox. Dial before you dig. Now it's Lara 125 Forest Road. There we go. Telstra. And see how in here there's only been a DWF file. There's been no PDFs converted. So if we went out to site, we would not have been able to read these. Read these. Let's copy them all. Move them. Oops. What's up in there? Let's try that again. Move them down into there. And that is it. Now we can go on site and read it. So ideally, as soon as the Telstra plans come in and you've got the DWF file, these need to be converted to PDF. So when we're on site, we can read them straight away. Okay, hope that all makes sense. Oh, now let's just show you. Let's pause it and I'll come back. Okay, what I want to show you on the next one, or on this one here, is a plan. Let's go and find Crow Street. Okay, so this was a job we did in Crow Street. Again, that's in the DWF plan. Crow Street was in the heart of Geelong. And I do know this one pretty well. Let's see if we can find it. There it is. So that was the street where we were working. We're working from there to about, well, we're working to about there, but I wanted the whole street. So go over to layers again, and you'll see there's CCDA, because we're in the city, so there's no CAC. So if we turn off CC, you'll see a few services go off, mainly around this area. So turn them on again, you'll see it. Go off, on, and DA. Turn the DA off, and you'll see them there by themselves. Now this one here, you'll see that there's not too much CC on this one. So this one here was perfectly fine to put leave the whole lot together. leave them both on one, and just print it. So let's go print. And you can print the whole lot as is on one plan. So, and down in here, you'd actually probably write DA and CC on one plan. This way we know that they're all both combined on there. So for areas like that, so it's going to be a bit of a judgment call you have to make, whether to leave them all on one plan or not. I said on this I can work it out because it's pretty clear and pretty easy to understand. But if you do want to separate them all the time, then that's easy also. Then at least we've got them. We know everything that's there. Okay, that is it for converting DWF files to PDF files. So again, we need, every time a DWF comes in, we need it converted to PDF ASAP. This way we can go out on site and we'll have everything there we need. All good.